So Billy, it must be pretty amazing to be back in a single seater.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome feeling getting back out on track. Yeah, just loving my time out there.
I mean, what went through your mind when you first got back into a single seater and fired yourself out the pit lane? What was going through your mind when that happened?
Lots of things. I mean, we did a lot of work on the sim beforehand, so the preparation we kind of put in before was yeah, I thought was good enough for us to go out there and show what we could do quite early on. And yeah, we went out there and didn't have many problems and just built up pace bit by bit, really.
Has your mind always been that no matter what happened, you're always going to get back into a single seater?
It wasn't on my mind at first. At first, I just wanted a race, but when I found out there was this rule, but when I spoke to the FIA and realised it was something that could be changed, I saw no reason, why not do it? That's what that's what I've grown up wanting to do, is to get into F1. So why not try and get back in a single seater again?
And you had to try really hard with the FIA, and you've spoke to a lot of people to get yourself into this situation. How hard's that journey been for you? Yeah,
it's been a long journey. I mean, sitting on the sidelines as a racing driver at a racetrack and watching races and sorting things out like that out, it takes its toll on you. I mean, you just want to be out there on track doing what you love. So no, we got there in the end, and now we're doing the testing. We're kind of reaping the rewards of the hard work we put in over the winter.
You're obviously evaluating a potential move into BRDC British F3. What obstacles have you got to overcome to potentially seal a drive in the championship this year?
So we're still looking for partners and stuff like that to get the funding up for it, but yeah, hopefully I like to think that we should be able to get that sorted. And then the other thing is just getting used to all the controls and making sure that if I race it I'll be competitive, which so far is looking promising. Yeah, still got some more testing to do, and I'm sure I'll learn something new every lap I do.
You mentioned the controls. What have you had to change on the car for you to actually get back out onto the track?
So we've gone with a completely different set of controls to what any other driver on the grid will have. So I've got a hand throttle, both up and down gears are on one side of the steering wheel, and then I brake with my right leg. I've got a shorter prosthetic on. So it's been a challenge. It's something that I'm not used to. I mean, I've been driving in a certain way for 12 years. And then someone tells you to drive a different way, and it's a bit of an obstacle at first, but now I'm getting used to it, and yeah, it's becoming more natural with every lap I do.
And what is it that's appealed to you about the BRDC F3 Championship? What's made you consider this as a potential move for you this year?
It's just a good championship to be in. I mean, ideally from F4 last year, our step would have ideally probably been to the British F3 series. I mean, I looked at it and thought it was a competitive championship. There's UK based rounds with that round at Spa, and it's a good stepping stone for if I want to move up to either GTs or any higher up in single seaters. It's a good stepping stone to take, I think.
And if you are lucky enough to sort everything out to get yourself on the grid, how do you think it's going to be when it comes to Alton Park and you're sat there on the grid waiting for those lights to come on again? What's going to be going through your mind, do you think?
I have no idea what will be going through my mind, but all I know is that I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait, and hopefully I'll be out on the grid at Alton Park and showing people what I can do.